Every part that requires structural analysis or structural check needs to be stamped and revised by a professional structural engineer. It is normal to delegate the design of parts of a bigger project like this to professionals, but they need to be a licensed professional engineer to protect the safety of the public. This is another example. It happened in Dubai in 2007. The idea was something similar to this tall building is being built in this spot over there, and because of the excavation in this area, it goes lower than the water level. So you can imagine the amount of pressure on these walls. From one side, the water is trying to push hard against the wall, and then the opposite side you have these supports to hold it in place. So what happened if the equilibrium or the design, even during construction, so this is not integral part of the finished tall building. Having said that, it needs to be looked at. The contractor, the builder, the consultant, everyone needs to be invested and understand that the consequences could be catastrophic. So what happened was a section of this wall collapsed and the water came flooding the construction site. So this is what happened when the site was completely flooded. This is the tip of the crane that was working on construction, and it took a year for this project to recover the time loss and to repair this incident, and luckily no lives were lost in this incident. So on a positive note, I'm originally from Egypt, so I use the Great Pyramid of Egypt as an example. I have a video on our YouTube channel reviewing why the Great Pyramid lasted that long and why it was like a successful project in terms of its longevity. So when the laws of physics and practice and experience is taken into account, it can be reflected on the durability, the success of the project. Another significant achievement, to leave these examples on a good note, is the race towards the tallest building in the world. So officially now Dubai has the tallest building in the world, and Saudi Arabia was competing for the title. They're supposed to have the tallest building built, but due to recent delays, Dubai still holds the record as the time as we speak right now. I just want to say, think of the challenges to push the envelope of what is possible to build the tallest building in the world. I attended a presentation by a professional that was involved in the quality control of the concrete in this project. And just think of some of the challenges that might come up in terms of pumping concrete. How do you pump concrete to cast like 1,000-meter, almost a kilometer tall structure? They need it like not just one stage of pumping, triple stage pumping to get the concrete all the way up there, along with a lot of other challenging in analysis and the behavior of the concrete when you require very high strength concrete. So obviously there are a lot of successes that comes from good structural engineering. Construction materials. What are the materials commonly used in structures? I want to talk about mainly 4. Steel structures. So the structure is made out of pieces of steel connected together with connections. You can use reinforced concrete, and it's 2 parts. Reinforced concrete. So the concrete is reinforced with rebar. That's because concrete is strong in compression, but very weak in tension. Doesn't resist a lot of tensile forces. This is where steel rebar comes in to reinforce it. Masonry. This is also another interesting construction material. It's almost like building with Lego. Some builders, they prefer it because it's not very, doesn't need like a lot of heavy cranes to move like formworks or precast elements. You can gradually build the wall one unit at a time, and they can actually be reinforced with bars, and these voids inside, they can be filled with grout to make the wall stronger. This is the fourth and the last type of construction material that I want to explore, which is wood. So wood is readily available in some parts of the world and very rare in others. If building with wood is an option, it comes with some pros and cons. Benefit would be like lightweight, relative ease of construction. You can cut the pieces with a saw. You can nail it together relatively easy. Obviously, fire is a big hazard, and maybe vibrations and sound proofing is not going to be the best material to work with.